Award-winning actor Brian Cox is going viral after taking jabs at woke culture during a recent interview with Fox Nation host Piers Morgan. Watch.
Are things worse now, or is our perception of life worse because of things like social media inflaming everything?
Well, I don't think social media helps. It hinders rather than helps, and I think it points up too readily inadequacies that we can actually, and the whole woke, well, we've talked about this before, the whole woke culture I think is truly awful.
And the shaming culture.
And the shaming culture.
Which I really feel quite strongly about.
No,
this incessant need to shame and bury people.
And I don't know where it comes from. I don't know who are the arbiters of this shaming.
Right.
And it's very hard to pin them down, and it turns out it's usually a bunch of millennials. You know?
Right. And who gave them the halos?
I don't know.
I mean, it's extraordinary.
Well, I mean, I suppose in a way they're probably saying, well, you've all screwed it up, so we may as well do something about it. But it's from the wrong principle. It's comes from the wrong place.
Haley.
Yeah, it's always the millennials. I would say it's a small group of woke millennials who I worry, yes, they're fueling cancel culture, yes. But AI, that's what I really worry about. Young, woke tech people feeding AI things, and then that's the law of the land.
Wow, I hadn't thought that deeply about AI going woke.
I'm sure Kamala, she'll get to the
I was waiting for you to say that.
Well, it's only 2 letters, that AI stuff that she would say.
I was waiting for that joke.
I mean, like all totalitarian ideologies, woke ideology is pushed by a small radical minority that tries to impose its will on others through intimidation and threats. And so you've got social media amplifies that. It's true because it gives a platform to a bunch of morons and idiots to push their ideology, and it gives them a weapon because they can rally woke mobs to shut you down and cancel you. And the majority, the non-woke majority, just tries to keep quiet and duck its head because no one wants to be canceled. Nobody wants to be attacked by a woke mob. So they stay quiet. But I think you're starting to see a turnaround. You're starting to see where people are starting to lose their fear and push back on these ideas. Because the problem with the left is they always take it one step too far. They always, it's not enough that we have trans rights, but we have to have biological, men competing in women's sports. And that's when people say enough of that. Or pushing, this stuff in schools and all the rest of it, and parents.
Or the parent I interviewed last hour, whose 9-year-old was with the pediatrician,
exactly.
and the pediatrician leaned in with, do you think you're a girl or a boy? And the mom had to, intervene.
Exactly.
Marie.
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of canceling going on right now, and I kind of hate all of it, right? I hate the fact that people don't drink Bud Light anymore. If you don't like I hate that movement. I also hate really far left, and it's not only millennials, it's also older progressives, I think.
Exactly.
Who are we can't honor people who worked in, Democratic administrations or who are in Congress who maybe aren't totally pure, as they would say, from the left. So I think there's a lot of canceling going on and a lot of purity tests, and I don't like any of them. I think that, and I agree, sometimes the left goes too far. I also think the right goes pretty far when they try to cancel. Again, Bud Light's the most recent and sort of biggest known example, but I think it's dangerous. I think social media makes it worse. I joined Threads this week, so I'm back. You all know I haven't been on Twitter in years.
Yes.
I'm going to see if Threads is better. Who knows, it might not be, but social media makes all of this worse.
Kevin O'Leary was trying to get me to sign up on Threads right here on the couch yesterday. He's a big fan of it. I haven't done it yet, but it is connected to your Instagram, so it'll be snappy fast when I do it.
Yeah, I mean, think about how Jack White just tweeted out how a few figures dared to shake the former president's hand at an MMA fight. And he said, essentially, this is a non-debate. There's no discussion. They effectively should be canceled. Guy Fieri, who's raised millions of dollars helping others. Joe Rogan, who fosters conversation with all ilks of life. I mean, it was so surprising. Mark Wahlberg, who's did so much for community efforts. The point about that cancellation where there's a hard shift that if you've crossed that line, you should be considered civically dead, just has no place in the society. And to your point, I think what's so difficult and frightening is that it's the way the wind blows. So Brian Cox was right where he said, who are the arbiters? We don't know. We're just afraid of them. Who is they? There's no way to predict.
Let's call it right now. If you get canceled, let's make a badge of honor for people.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.